Okay, so we're back. Um, my best guess is that on my last stream, well, my first attempt at this stream, my headphones were impossibly being picked up by this very inexpensive microphone. It's never happened before, but that was pretty interesting. It's one of the coolest audio bugs I've ever had. On that note, let's take a minute here. We're going to talk about why I'm in front of a cave and not in front of a lake on asked for. One of the possibilities when you're fishing is that you can get snapping turtle. That snapping turtle is going to mess me up. My character is based entirely around riding around on a horse or hiding behind pets and casting spells. Go in here and the last one. Delete forever. And hope that everybody forgets that ever happened. Okay. Moving on. We have snapping turtles that we can catch, right? And a snapping turtle is going to mess me up personally. It wouldn't. A lot of guys that fish with their characters are also fighters in this game, or at least more capable mages than me. And the side effect of my playstyle, my build, is that I probably can't take a turtle face-to-face, one-on-one. I have pets in the stable here, but they're way too high level. I have a max level bear, and as cool as that sounds, I can't control the bear at max level and the snapping turtle. So the idea here is that if we catch a snapping turtle, I want to tame them. But I can't do that if I can't put them into kind of a mercy mode, you know, where they're all wobbly and I can tame them, so we're just going to sit here for a few more minutes. I've kind of been camping this Tordog Cave, which is not the safest place to camp. I also call it the Nostril Cave. Looks like a huge set of nostrils. And the Tordog has not spawned. Now, there's also the potential that he spawned inside the wall, so that kind of sucks. I'm going to give it about 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes. If he doesn't spawn, we're going to have to find an alternate animal. Also, getting him into Mercy may be a pain. I'm a mounted mage, so I can do the damage, but circling can be... God forbid you attempt to flex your thighs one single time while casting a spell. All your concentration goes out the window. There should be a lore in this game called Kegeling lore. Oh, there he is! Look at you! Now see, here's the issue, right? I'm going to circle him. And we're going to have to balance a few things here. 1, he's not dying. 2, he's not getting out of range, so he leashes. 3 is not riding off the cliff. I mean, I guess that kind of falls under not dying, but I meant not getting mauled to death by a Tordog. Seems to be a high level. Not taking too much damage. Oh boy. Damage he's doing to me is nothing to sneer at. I'm wearing not terrible. I mean, it's terrible, but not that terrible. So we're quickly gonna get our turtle catcher here prepped and ready. That's what I'm talking about. You can't turn while casting a spell. So oh, got him. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait a sec, gonna let that cool down. If I started taming them right away, we would have been able to grab that. This little guy is going to be our turtle catcher, our turtle protector while we're fishing, and we're going to be fishing down here in Toxai. So, few technical difficulties at the beginning, but here we are. The Mortal Online 2 fishing stream that nobody asked for. And if you saw the thumbnail coming to the stream, or if you're catching it later, you might have noticed a little Sega Genesis game there. So that game is Bassmaster Classic. I was playing Bassmaster Classic, and I want to say 1997. Bassmaster Classic for Sega Genesis. Sitting on the floor in the living room, getting yelled at by your parents to get off the TV. Hot summer days, you've been outside all day, you come in, you sit back, you play some Bassmaster Classic. Using your fish finder. That's what Mortal Online 2 could use. Fish finder. There should be like a fish divining skill. Okay, but we have our turtle catcher, and we have our turtle catcher who's not eating up too many of our pet points, which is really the most important part. And I'm gonna feed him so he doesn't leave us, and we're gonna give him some sweet armor. I think we're gonna give him some sweet armor as soon as we can get off our horse here. Boom. And we're gonna give him some bags. Voila. Poor dog. Gonna ride this guy back. We'll get back way more. Okay. So we're in Toxai. We're gonna head down into Toxai. I don't know. We're gonna have to check what hooks I have. I hope I have a 50. If not, we're gonna have to sell some stuff, or worst case Ontario, we're gonna have to sprint back to Morin Kerr, grab some money, and buy ourselves a hook. Shadowseer, I'm here to lurk as I install new windows in a reno house. Godspeed, my friend. Windows aren't that bad though, you know? We did a couple this summer. One of the goals of this stream is going to be to test a lot of unique bait. Now, there's a few fishing guides online for Mortal Online 2, and I definitely haven't done as much fishing as those guys. I've done quite a bit. Fishing in this game takes a long time, so it's not something that you necessarily hobby in if you want to really get to know it. It's something that you sit down and kind of dedicate some time to. Now, the past 3 days of my play sessions on Mortal Online 2, I'm fortunate to have enough time to play this game. Lately, I've really dedicated it to fishing, trying new lures, and I've gone so far as to make myself a little Google Doc, which includes which baits I was using, which line I was using, where I was fishing, and you know, I'm thinking about expanding that document, including some screenshots, you know, to show exactly where I was casting, things like that, and exactly where I was standing. Because I've had some pretty interesting kind of fishing revelations. You know, some things that definitely I've watched these fishing guides, and they said you can't catch this with this, you won't get this at this depth, blah blah blah, and I've disproven a lot of that. Or rather, just found areas where a lot of that does not apply. Now, I can't even begin to tell you how exciting the fishing game is. Look, hold on. Just as an aside, this guy needs to win Guard of the Year. His patrol route has him sprinting up and down this hill Like, the man has quads of steel. Quads of tongue steel. If you're wondering why I hopped onto the tour dog, and we're not riding the horse back and having the tour dog follow us, the tour dog can't keep up with the horse if I'm running like this. At least the AI, if the AI is controlling the tour dog. If I was on the tour dog, I don't know, let's actually check how fast we're going. 758. Okay, so he wouldn't keep up with the horse either way. But we could periodically sprint, things like that. This is just faster than me trying to you know, gallop the horse, trot the horse, gallop the horse, trot the horse. Gherkins, in case you want to make pickles. Speaking of making pickles, this guy is a cook, as well as a fisherman. So we're gonna maybe also take advantage of some cooking stream, depending on how long we go for. Depending on how long we go for. I was definitely joking earlier when I said that fishing is riveting. It is. It is one of the more, or the less exciting, we'll say, from a gamer perspective, depending on what you are doing. It's definitely, you know, it's not PvP in a dungeon. It's, and what we're doing here is just getting some food. Our turtle hunter. Master. Does master. Turtles. We're going to lock him at level 75. He's only taken up 60 out of 100 pet points. I have no idea what a level 50 turtle takes up in terms of pet points. We are absolutely going to find out. Who knows? Maybe the tour dog will leave me and lose loyalty. And the turtle will attack me. And then we'll just be dead. Who knew fishing could be so dangerous? All right, off we go. We've got some. I've already got some baits prepared. I've already got some bait prepared here at the bank, and a couple hooks, and a fishing rod, and a couple different types of line. I'm just gonna see what else we can find here in town. I don't think I brought any of my 50s or 100s, which is what we're kind of gonna want if we catch turtle. We have for bait. We've got some bacillus for bait. Try rice flour. We can try gherkins. Try some coal. We can definitely try some malarium. Malarium is weird bait, but all this works. I could probably get some goodness out of this Tagmaton carcass, but I'm gonna hang on to that Tagmaton Slayer carcass. I'd like to get the lore so I can get the scales out of it. Okay, we have a hook size 1. We have a 10 medium line, 10 hook size 0.2, a basic line fishing rod, and a hook size 5. So I was right. We don't have our big old hook size 50s, 100s. I'm gonna start with this. See how the fishing goes. I'm actually gonna grab a gold coin. We're gonna grab up rum coins. Do a quick check. See. Can't put on this right now. We put the frogs on, so that's bait. Put the cup rum on. That's bait. Compact horn. We can put that on. That's bait. Put a book on. Can't put a book. Keep that. That's free six free silver. Right. No books. Okay. Gold coin. We can use gold coin. That's bait. Leather. Can we use leather? Leather. That's going back in the bank in case we need to make some horse bags or bear bags or something. Use tour dog paws. Cannot use tour dog paws. We're keeping those. We can sell those for a couple pieces of silver. Books are gone. Coal. Can we use coal? Use coal. That's bait. Can we use malarium? Malarium. That's bait. I guess we don't need this fish. Got one already. Crepit. Crepit is one of my favorite baits for catching trinkets. So we can use crepit. That's bait. Basil for those who are outside of the herbologium. That's bait. Rice flour. That is not bait. Back in the bank. Gherkins. Can we use gherkins? Gherkins. We cannot use gherkins. Back in the bank. Guard fur. Absolutely. Guard fur is my go-to bait for catching snapping turtles. Brutus, we can always use fish to catch other fish. Silver coins, we can use them. We can use all coins as bait. Bandages. No, we can't use bandages. Garbage. We've got our hooks. We've got our line. And the bottom row here. Bottom row here is going to be all the baits we're trying out right now. And we're only using small hooks here. Small to medium hooks, light to medium line. But it's a good starting point. Heading right to size 50 hooks, heavy line, things like that. Heavy line, I found, is really good if you're super concerned about catching turtle. They'll shred medium line. But if you're paying attention and you're good with your and you're good with your timing, you can get away with some of the lighter lines I've found. And you'd be surprised what you pull up with some of the smaller hooks. All right, Master Shredder and I are headed down. I don't know. This is the way to the docks. I don't spend too much time in Toxai. That's another thing. If anybody's wondering where we're at, if you haven't been here, here's our continent map of Maryland. I usually spend my time, we'll say, central, western, and northern parts of Maryland when I'm, dungeon running, land hunting, things like that. But I made the trek just last night all the way east to Morin Kerr and Toxai. This is a pretty short jaunt between these two places, so we may take advantage of that as well. Like I said, we'll check the broker to see how much some of these bigger hooks and heavy line are going to cost us, but not a bad trip all in all. And there's going to be some, maybe smaller fishing opportunities between here and there, given that there's a huge stream, a waterfall, a couple pools, things like that. We'll have an opportunity to check out some fresh water. Well, what I really wish I could do is pipe in some Bassmaster Classic. Right across here. This isn't very deep. We're going to try this shallower water. We're going to try the base of the waterfall. But I want to start in the ocean. The Toxai's got to be one of my favorite towns, and in 2077, when this game releases boats, I think a lot of these port cities are going to become major hotspots for trade, conflict, piracy. Stuff like that. You know what? Why don't we throw in right here? I know a lot of people fish in these huts, because you can actually see right through the floor. It's a good spot to get turtles and trinkets. I know that. I'm gonna try here. All right here. That's fine. We could do a little depth check here by jumping in, but I might drown. I'm wearing a bit too much stuff. Okay, let's get onto our fishing rod. And in case anybody sees this stream later on, they're new to Mortal Online 2, there's an influx of new players because Ashes of Creation, I think, just died. Now, I haven't looked into that personally, but it's been blowing up the chat in game here. That there's a lot of Ashes players here, and I've seen a couple posts online about the ashes of creation, and I guess there's a bit of drama going on with management, developers, and kind of shuttering its servers here. I don't know if there's a day for that or if it's already happened. But if you're new to fishing, I'll just do a brief explanation on kind of the basics of fishing. You're going to hit X just like you would to pull out a weapon. And see, this is kind of the weird part. Like, how do I get... Cool, once I get this stuff, I'm going to... What am I going to do? Well, take a hook. Make sure you just take one, and you can shift-click stuff to break it down. We're going to start with the smallest hook. Hook size 0.2. You don't have to drag it in. You can if you want. But we're just going to right-click it. So hook size 0.2, that's in there. Take our line. We're going to start with a basic line. This is, honestly, this stream is about fishing research, fishing learning. It's easy to, there's a couple guides out there, like I said, but a lot of them are like, grab a size 50 hook, go to this spot, cast right here, find turtle. So, for your basic line, I'm throwing a basic line on. We're throwing a hook size 0.2 on. So you're just going to separate those. Make sure you only take out one at a time. Make sure you only take out one at a time. And you do that by shift right clicking a stack. And then we're going to choose a bait here. Randomly, I don't know. Why don't we just start at the bottom right? Let's try coal. One piece of coal. You can now see, here's the one thing I will say. You can stack all your bait right here on the right. And even if your line snaps, you're only going to lose one or two of that. This doesn't look very deep, but we're going to try and find bottom. So this is another kind of basic fishing thing that we're going to do here. So 400 centimeters. Let's see if 400 centimeters. We're not going to do a powerful cast. And to get your, when you have your fishing rod out, you get this arrow up like you've hit tab or something. Can't hit tab to make the arrow go away while your fishing rod's out. You're going to have to hit the Z key. Boom, just like that. So, okay, we're just going to reel that in right away. We're not going to wait for a fish. 400 is not bottom. Let's try 600. 600 is not bottom. Let's reel that in right away. The cast, just like a weapon, kind of going over the basics here. In this game, if you hold, you're going to see that ball fill up. Boop! As soon as it blinks white, kind of gives you like a mega cast. Like you're charging up a basketball free throw in NBA Jam. So, drop it down even further. And to get back to that, to get back to that menu, you know, where you've got your cursor so you can adjust your you know, hook, your line, your bait, you're just going to hit Z again to bring up your inventory. I, you know, everything else is normal. Z is just your in and out key. Look at the... All my graphic settings are on epic. So, this is the sun moving. Not terrible, not terrible. Game looks great, though. We're going to try 800 centimeters. Still not at bottom. See, this is crazy deep water. I'm going to try one... Wow, still not bottom. Why am I looking for bottom? Well, at various depths, okay, you're going to find different types of fish. There's almost like fish tables, you know. You're at 500, you're going to have a pool of fish that you draw from. So you're going to have, you know, maybe I'm spitballing, maybe some Erbius, maybe some this, maybe some that, you know, some Trudis, some Erbius, things like that. Okay, so 1300 is bottom. This is actually kind of interesting. If we find out that 1200 is, we're just going to go to 1280. We could just stand right here and catch turtles. 1280 is still too deep. Just going down by 20 increments. 1260 is not too deep. I'm not going to let this cast, though. We're going to find actual bottom. 1270. Okay, so if 1280 is too deep and 1270 is fine, we know that at 1270, we're at the very least within 10 centimeters of bottom. Why does that matter? 10 centimeters of bottom, we're going to be able to find things like sand rays. We're going to be able to find things like turtles. We're going to be able to find things like trinkets. Trinkets be... You can pull up a really great trinket. So let's see what we get at 1270 with our line, our hook, and our coal for bait. Apparently, I cast too aggressively. 1270 isn't back. Bloop. All right. And this is the epic part of fishing. Oh, we got something. We got something. An eye on it. When you're not fully extended, your rod's not gonna have too much action, but your bobber will. When I say fully extended, I mean fully cast. If you're fully cast, your rod is bucking and weaving when fish are biting. Just keeping an eye on it. Now, a lot of people get pretty caught up and like stand in the exact same spot, aim at the exact same place. You aim over here, you may be a couple centimeters off bottom. There's value in that, I guess, if you're looking for extremely consistent data, but so much of this game, especially, I really thought that was a good enough dip to start reeling. If you have nothing and reel in too much, it's not like you can, draw it in like you would in real life, right? Kind of got to wait for the bite. What are we going to get here? Oh, no, I thought that was it. Ready. We have this. Oh, I thought that was good too. I have the smallest hook you can get in the worst line. We're going to have to be pretty careful if something. Oh, no, how is that not it? I thought that was it too. Toying with me. He's toying with my emotions. Probably a twig. You'll see the difference here. When it goes, it's gonna go down. Now, another thing I should mention is that while you're waiting, especially trinkets, especially turtle, sand ray is another one that takes a long time. You can be looking at, and with no exaggeration here, I will say 20 seconds to 12 minutes between when you cast and when a fish bites. So if standing in one spot staring at the scenery as you're trying to catch fish does not appeal to you, and fishing in Mortal Online 2, despite its benefits, the resources you're capable of producing, food you're capable of making, trinkets you're capable of getting, may not appeal to you. Oh, that was it too. Come on. All right, let's try this. Where's the sun at? Where's this? We've got no sun. We've got a giant moon, though. Twice around the moon. Twice around this way. Oh, no. Tugs. And we'll see what happens. If you're not superstitious about things, don't bother fishing. Come on, quit toying with me. Eat the coal. Oh, we got it. What are we looking? Oh, wow. Okay, what is this? This is bending the rod right in half. Remember, smallest hook, weakest line. We got to be careful. If we start hearing that rubber banding too much, we got to hit right click. Right now I'm reeling. This is left click. Right? As soon as we start hearing this, that wild play, sounds like a rubber band is about to snap. We got to hold our right click to pull our rod. Just hold the line. Let it tire itself out. Close. We're close. You can tell how close you are by the reel. If you look at the reel there, right in my hand, you can see how much string is on the reel, how much line. Break my rod. You got to be really careful when using this weak line. You don't even want to give it a full second of that rubber banding noise, or you're gonna lose it. You're gonna snap it. This is usually good. Anytime the rod is bent right in half, you're looking at something valuable, generally speaking. Gonna get here using coal and the cheapest hook and line you can buy. Maybe nothing. Gotta. Okay. Good to know. Gotta, or baby crab, loves coal. And we can catch it with the medium line. Double check Master Shredder's happiness here. Hunger's pretty low. He might eat. No. Good start to the day. Good start to the day. Tiny crab. Tiny crab. And hey, you're a new player and you really enjoy, you know, fishing games or the aspect of this game. That's, I mean, I know that was a lot of effort, okay, a lot of time, but we just used the cheapest hook, cheapest line, and coal, which I found in a chest, I think, on the way here. And we were able to pull up 10 silver worth of crab. Now, it's not a ton of money, but if you sit here for 30, 40 minutes, and fishing is safe, right? You're usually, unless you're outside of town, but you're in town, you're protected by guards. You know, wife calls you, your dog needs you, your kids need you can just hop up and go. Not a big deal. But you're sitting here, you've just made 10 silver for, you know, very little actual game effort, and it's not something that demands your time. If you're out there in this game, the unfortunate reality is, you know, you're in a dungeon. Oh, by the way, we're just working our way through our lures here at you know, from right side to left side. So we're gonna move up here to the Trudis and throw some Trudis on here. We got our 10 Trudis. We're gonna throw that on there. We're gonna keep the same hook and the same line. So what I was getting at is, you know, if you're out in a dungeon or something overland with your buddy or alone, I play this game solo a lot as a tamer mage, and if you're out there alone and you have to go AFK or something, if you want to log off, I think it's 2 or 3 minutes when you're in an unsafe zone. And in that time, you can't just hit quit, think I'm hidden, and get out of here, because outlaws could spawn, outcasts could spawn. You're going to come back dead 6 out of 10 times. And, you know, if you've spent 40, 50 minutes prepping for a overland hunt or something, time, you know, especially as we get older, time is a real consideration when we game. Okay, I'm going to quickly, I'm fortunate, just document. Like I said, I've got a bit of a Google Doc going on. Knock that one. Say that we got what I have. My kind of layout is counter location, depth, counter location, depth. In this case, it's 1270. We're near bottom. We're near bottom beneath 1200. Hey, here, I'm gonna say coal. Line basic line. Size 0.5 hook. Okay. I'm gonna call that 10-ish minutes, but I was talking. We'll call it 5-ish. Now I don't know if time is, but that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm tracking this hot, and we're gonna say gotta. Wahlberg Forged 9044. This game looks so great if it weren't for that monthly subscription. I understand that. We can talk about the subscription as well during the fishing stream. Absolutely. So we're still sticking with our basic line. A thin fishing line for catching small fishes. Long length. Hook size, very small fishes. And we're going to use some Trudis as bait this time. So we're going to stick with this line, this hook, and then we're going to run through our bait after each catch and see what we can find here. So, Wahlberg, to talk about the subscription for this game, looks so great if it weren't for the subscription. I look to games like, I grew up in the era of subscription online gaming. So to me, this is not that big of an ask in terms of the game that you get. Okay, already caught something. Oh, it's... What do we think this... Do we think this is gutta again? Might be another based on the bend here in the rod. Gutta. You know, maybe I'm not too taken aback by it because I grew up in the age of subscription online gaming, Ultima Online, EverQuest, you know, all those types of games, Matrix Online, City of Heroes, on and on and on the list goes. But one thing I will say is that Star Vault, the company that makes this game, hasn't made the subscription more expensive than were in the early 2000s. You know, there's subscriptions for everything these days. You want your satellite radio, you want your Netflix, your Apple TV. Anna, can I bent the rod that much, huh? Can I get a break? You know what? That adds another actual layer of bait to our list. We are going to... Oh boy, this is gonna... I'm really not going to be adding basic fish like Canna, Erbius, and Trudis to the list to my Google Doc, because these fish you can catch anywhere, anytime, with just about anything. So moving on off of our Trudis. Back to the subscription, though. I think what you get in this game is worth the subscription, personally. Otherwise, I wouldn't play. It's probably the most unique MMO gaming experience you're going to find. We're going to try a gold coin here, which means whatever we catch, we're losing a gold for it. Yeah, I think that this game, that Mortal Online 2 offers something that is almost... Not even almost, it's just not found anywhere. You know, that said, if you ever played Ultima Online or have read about Ultima Online or seen videos, this game either drew a lot of inspiration from Ultima Online. Ooh, we're pulling up here. What are we going to catch with a gold? What are we going to lose a gold coin to? 200 Trudis. You know, even compared to Ultima Online, the skill list in this game is immense. I know you can look online and find build guides, and this is meta, or this is the most ideal way that... Forget that. I know there's a lot of people who've been playing this game that insist on that stuff. You know, play a footy this or a mounted this, and don't try and mix these skills. I've flown right in the face of that, and I've had a blast. I've got this just crazy, definitely anti-meta build. Oh good, Erbius for a gold. We got 188 Erbius for 1 gold. Now, next up on the list of things to toss in the water, we're going with guard fur. I feel like I'm kind of, this is a bit of a run-on sentence, but all in all, try it. Try it for 1 month. Buy the game, try the subscription. If you don't think this subscription is worth 10 days of coffee at your local Tim Hortons, you know, that's 1 coffee a day for 10 days, or 1 coffee each day for 2 days at your local Starbucks. Then, you know what? Then it's definitely not for you. But to anybody that would say, I don't want to play this game because it has a subscription, I think try it for 1 month and decide if it's worth that $16 or whatever the currency converts to in your particular. I look at it this way. Like I was talking about Sirius, Netflix, Apple, Crave, this, that, and the other. Most of us have almost all of those services these days, you know, into the hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I get more hours of enjoyment out of Mortal Online 2 in a month than I do at a Netflix. And Mortal Online 2 is cheaper. Okay, so Guardfur just got us more tiny fish. Now we're only going to be catching tiny fish right now because we're running the tiny hook and the basic line. As soon as we start moving up in hook size, we're going to see some more variety. And I also like this spot and this depth, 1270. There's almost 0% chance with this line and this size hook we're going to catch a turtle here. But we have Master Shredder. And he's defensive and ready in case we do get attacked by a turtle. I don't know if I've never tried to fish with basil before. I'm going to see how this goes. I wish we could fish with pickles. Another great thing about fishing is you can do a lot of it just by audio. You know, if you wanna be on your phone, or you want to be, I'm pulling up the stream chat so I can see it, so I don't have to keep looking left. But you know, if you want to be on your phone for this stuff, or you want to be chatting with your buddy, you know, you can just listen for the dip for your hook. So remember what I said earlier. Fishing can take between 30 seconds, 12 minutes. Now, if you're not getting any dips in your rod at all for 2 to 3 minutes, I would say you're not going to catch anything with that bait at that depth in that location. Railway. Afternoon, folks. Afternoon, Railway. I hope you're excited. So far, we're starting with the baits. We're moving our way up with the small hooks to the bigger hooks, trying everything and anything, various depths, various locations, and we're talking the subscription, whether or not it's worth it. I think it's worth it, and that's where we left off. Let's try 2 circles around the moon right, 2 circles around the moon left, 2 tugs. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Eat the bacillus. Eat it. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a bio break. If I don't hear this rod dip, I'm going to come back and ask just in case it did. If I don't hear this rod dip, we're off the basil and on to the next bait. Be right back, guys. Okay. Basil's out. At this depth, basil might be the best bait, you know, we've got at a shallower depth. So what are we on to here? Actually, this entered the cycle a bit late. We're gonna replace gold. Let's try some Herbius. Throw some Herbius back in. See if we can't catch some of its cannibal cousins. And we're gonna try a couple really deep, long casts here with this line and a couple of the different baits shortly. Something wants that herb. Something's biting here. Now we're close to bottom here. We're close to bottom. 1270. We hit it 1300. I think we might have hit it at 1280, but 1270 seems to work. So I think we're within 10. We're also going to be getting a lot of bottom fish. We might even get some twigs here. Twigs are useless and worthless. I've fished up enough twigs to build a small raft and or house, or perhaps an ocean liner. Again, we're just listening. Oh, no, no, that was it. And I missed it. Don't pour drinks with your fishing hand while you're fishing. That was definitely the bite, by the way. We may have to reel this in and try again. I don't know that I've ever missed one. I've missed a few. We'll see. If we get another little tug, we'll test it out. Oh. Twice around the moon right. Twice around the moon left. 2 tugs. Yeah, fishy. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution, Master Shredder. Oh. Come on. Eat the herbs. Probably just more herbious, but... Come on. Let's go. We're gonna have to pull out the big guns here. 1 spin right. 1 spin left. 2 tugs. Circle the dog. There it is. Every time. Works every time. Big bend. More herbious? Last time it was herbious that almost busted the rod in half. It'd be sand ray. Sand ray would be sweet. Or, hear me out. If I get a venom cup, it's my mind. I don't think we can. I think you have to go venom cup. I feel like they're the glowy squids at the bottom. Not squids. What am I thinking of? Jellyfish at the bottom of the ocean that have the glow. You know, that thing. Got it. Okay. All right. We're gonna hold up. Let's just throw that on the Google Doc. Basic line 0.5 hook bait coal. We caught gutta with coal, and now we're catching it with herbious. And once we're done, not done, again, once we kind of max out our hooks here, I'm going to be butchering a lot of this fish, and we're going to see what we get out of it. Now, I don't, we might get plates, we might get certain things. I don't know what gutta gets, but we'll see. Various scale types. Okay, actually, Basilius has already been done. We've done Basilius, we've done Trutus, we've done coal, we've done herbious now. And we've wasted a gold coin on fishing. So, we are going to try, and all we caught was herbious with our gold coin. I think now we're going to try some compact horn. Never fished with compact horn. Not at this depth, not with this small of a hook. Most of my fishing actually is done with heavy hooks, or like 50 or 100 hooks, heavy line, things like that. This is a lot of, like I was saying, I'm gathering a lot of information here. Got a little Google Doc going, and I hope I can fill it out over the next, the coming weeks, and that I'll be able to, post that publicly or share that public. Okay. Compact horn. Oh, we don't want to lose it, whatever it is. And the rod is bent. I'm going to say it's gutta. I think we're scraping bottom here, and I think all this stuff is just catching us crabs. Like, not the bad kind, not the kind you keep like luggage. The kind that you eat with cream and potato pie. Or garlic and butter. Don't fight it. Oop. Got it. Wow. All right. I mean, that's awesome that we're catching all that. But it is because we have a tiny hook, right? It's because we have a tiny hook. Compact horn and a tiny hook. I gotta write that down. What did we just use? Compact horn? Compact horn is going on that list. Coal, herbious, compact horn. All for the gutta. Like I said, I'm not going to be adding information You know, when we catch stuff like Urbius or Trudis or these basic fish, the Canna, the Urbius, the Trudis, you can get these things anywhere and everywhere. And we're going to get some big casts going soon. This is the tiny hook and the simple line test as we move on here, as we move along. Oh. Guard fur, by the way, is what I use to catch giant turtles, snapping turtles. And they get huge. You can use them to fight trolls. That's why we've got Master Shredder here to fight the turtles if we encounter one. What happened to that moon? You know? Meteor strike? Maybe. Unruly, overpowered wizard down here on the surface of Nave. Go. Nothing bites soon. We're gonna have to engage it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Don't break my rod. Tire yourself out. Got no concept of strategy. Darnus, Moonlore coming in Mortal Exodus. Is that the base Thursar? Is that that we're talking about here? The futuristic version that's utilizing Mortal Online 2's lore. Can I get a break? Not a huge fan of this fish. We have tried Cole, we've tried Trudis, we've tried Urbius, we've tried Basil, we've tried Guardfur now. Guardfur is out. Tried Compact Horn. On to Crepit. Crepit is like kind of my secret weapon bait. You know, I use Crepit to catch trinkets. I've had a lot of good luck with trinkets and Crepit. Mostly in Meduli. But who knows? If we pull up a trinket here, we don't get a nibble here in a sec. We're going to have to... Oh, we got a nibble. Oh. Gold coins. Darnus says gold coins. We just spent a gold coin and got some Urbies. Crepit. Best weapon for the trinket. I think. I know leptoid scales are good too. I've caught trinkets with leptoid scales. Stop toying with me, fish. Take the tasty spider limbs. Oh! Thought that was it. See that? I know that looks like... That's no moon. That looks like it's got lush vegetation on it. You know? That one. This guy, though? That could be a planet. Oh! We got something. Get out of here. Don't break my rod. Oh, stop it. We're using the weak line and the weak hooks. You have milliseconds to catch your rod up and stop reeling. Otherwise, you're going to break that line. Look, if you didn't think fishing was exciting, you're missing out. Whew. All right, Crepit netted us Urbius. All right, moving on. Cup rum. Let's just throw. You know what? Let's throw all 10 cup rum on. What happens? Here we go. Basic line. 0.5 hook. Oh, oh! Instantaneous reaction. Whatever's down here loves coins. Probably Herbius. If we catch another Herbius, I'm just gonna drown myself. Oh. Darnus, I don't know if you can like rewind in this stream, but right at the beginning, I went over kind of the basics of fishing. Oh, we got something! We got something! I kind of went over the basics of fishing, how to get it started, how to set it up. You know what I did not add though was like buying hooks and line and stuff, but pretty self-explanatory. Go to the fishing vendor, grab a couple hooks, grab a fishing rod, grab various types of line. Now the bigger lines and the bigger hooks you're only going to find either in the jungle, dying, or you can just get them on trade brokers. But I kind of went over the basics of how to set up your rod, how to add your bait, how to add your hook, how to add your line, how to find your depth. We started with that, how to find your depth, like bracketing for your depth. And what it means to catch varying, like you end up with varying pools of fish at different depths, right? Right now, we're kind of scraping bottom. We're very close to the bottom. That's why a lot of these baits have brought up gouda, which is just crab, because they're crabbing along the bottom. My crab impression. And yeah. Anywho, I went over all that stuff. If you don't mind rewinding in the stream and checking it out. And if anybody, as we progress here, or who catches the stream later, has specific questions about fishing, how to get it set up, how to get it started, I might even do like a getting started in fishing on Mortal Online 2 video. But there's a couple of those. There's a guy named Squirrely, I think. Squirrely. He's a popular player. He's done quite a few videos. And he has some really great fishing tutorials to get started. Okay, so more Herbius. We don't care. We don't care about Herbius that much. Cup rum is out. Our brown Nurok. Now, this is a frog. I think I caught this frog at an inland pond near Tindrum, specifically. I brought it all the way here. We're going in with the brown Nurok, 1270, basic line, tiny hook. Everything here right now is basic line, tiny hook. We're going to work our way up. If we don't get a nibble here, we're going to have to bring out the cheats. Sometimes that's just what it takes. A little bit of ritual goes a long way. If you haven't tried fishing in this game, I highly recommend it. I really enjoy it. It's as exciting as you make it. You can either stare at the screen, or we can get a bit active. So, for instance, our brown Nurok at 1270 doesn't seem to be picking anything up. So, we're going to start with the basics. We're going to go twice around the moon. Once. Twice the other way. Then we're going to do 2 tugs. Come on. Come on. Remember, reaction on your line, or even a fish drawing your line down, is going to take between 30 seconds and 12 minutes. So, you know, kind of like real fishing. They put a lot of effort into the fishing system in this game. Where do you get blood kua? The jungle. I would say that the best fish, the best healing fish, a lot of the coolest stuff comes out of the jungle, because the jungle's one of the gnarliest places to go alone. Between the the NPC monsters, satyrs, elephants are down there. Campanons is what they're called. You know, all the stuff that can kill you just on autopilot, that's dangerous enough. But then you've got the residents of the jungle, the people that live there, and they'll kill you just 'cause. All right, our first ritual did not pan out. We're going big. 2 spins left. 2 spins right. Wait, was that 2 or just 1? We'll do another one just to be sure. Twice around this moon. Twice the other way. Twice this way. Twice this way. 2 tugs. Come on. Eat the frog. This poor frog is drowning under the ocean right now. Get a nibble in the next minute. I don't know. I think we're pulling. This. We didn't get the Basilius. We didn't get the Basil here at 1270. Maybe we don't get the brown Nurok here at 1270. Not a useful bait. Not a useful bait at this depth, perhaps. I'll take another one later. Darnus, what you drinking? A couple Kerensky Lights, my friend. Kerensky Lights. All right. We've decided that the brown Nurok is not doing for us. Brown Nurok is out as a bait at this depth. Our next bait with again, I'm going to reiterate this a bunch of times, guys. The reason I'm doing this, I hope it's not annoying, but the reason I'm doing this is because I don't know when when I watch streams like this, I usually am clicking through. I don't know when people that are checking out this video later, where they're going to click through, where they're going to, so we're just going to talk about the line, the hook, and the bait almost every single time as we upgrade, as we move on. If I'm getting repetitive, let me know. If you have any questions, ask them. It makes my job a lot easier instead of just being a run-on train of thought. Okay, next bait, Malarium. We've got basic line, we've got hook size 0.2, and we have Malarium. Malarium is a tooth. It's a tooth. Molars. You didn't get that. Going in at 1270, gentle cast here. See where we land. See what we end up with. Again, one of the reasons I like fishing in this game. One of the reasons I like fishing in this game a lot. I grew up playing Bassmaster Classic. I grew up playing Bassmaster Pro, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. I have fond memories of extremely hot summer days or extremely cold winter days, just sitting inside on the living room floor, controller in hand, Coca-Cola in the other, and playing fishing games. Portal Online 2 offers a variety of experiences, from open world PvP to awesome dungeon running experiences to, you can almost turn this game into a first-person shooter if you're an archer. And it also gives me fishing. Why do I enjoy fishing? Oh, we got something. Hold on. Shh. Malarium. The Malarium coming through with the quick return. Didn't even have to engage the fishing ritual. The fishual. We need to work on that. But I really enjoy fishing as kind of a big time aside in this game because a lot of that other stuff, and I talked about this a bit earlier, but again, I'm going to reiterate things as we go. A lot of other... Herbius, get out of here. Next bait. Silver coin. A lot of things in this game, you can't just go AFK. Something comes up, dog barks, wife needs you, kid needs you, delivery guy at your door. You can't just walk away from a dungeon in your group. Fishing. I'm sitting in here. I'm in town. Oh, we got something already with a silver. Everybody loves money. Fishing. Guard zone. Deep ocean. We have potential to get some of the best trinkets in the game. We have potential to get, one of the best pets in the game. People will argue that, but a turtle can take down a troll, so just keep that in your back pocket. We have potential to get twigs. We have potential to get twigs. We're trying it again. I'm not, what did I just use? Silver? We're not writing that off yet. If we get a twig, we're always going to try again. But it's an activity in the game that not only gives you... Oh, man. It's an activity in the game that not only gives you high reward potential, but it gives you very, AFK. I can just walk away. You know what I mean? Something comes up, I can walk away. I don't have to worry about losing 40 minutes of prep, armor, gold, on and on it goes. This game, in terms of preparation for dungeon runs and adventures, reminds me a lot of classic MMOs. Ultima Online, Star Wars Galaxies, Matrix Online. You're old enough to have played Matrix Online. Darnus, does fishing skill help fish? So we're gonna do this. I'll show you right here. Let's hit L. Go to session skills. Let's come all the way down to fishing. Fishing. Basic knowledge of fishing tackle, casting and angling techniques. Higher skill increases the casting rate, reduces chances of entanglement, increases the chance of successfully attracting fish, and gives a wider margin of response time. So that's why I can afford to let it I just put my fish. Perfect time to go over how to pull out your fishing rod and equip your bait and tackle. So here we go. Boop. Hit Z or X. So let's say we have our fishing rod equipped. Get your weapon out in this game. I'm sure everybody knows, unless you've rekeyed it, you're going to hit X. It pulls it out just like a weapon, but the difference is you end up with a free cursor. Now, if you pull out your sword, you're not going to end up with a free cursor. So we hit I for inventory or whatever you've keyed your do. Separate your hooks. I've got mine in stacks right now, but we have our hook size 0.2. We can right click it or we can drag it to the hook slot. Right click, basic line. We're starting small here and we're working our way up. Basic line, boom. Bait. And now our bait, I'm using all this stuff on the bottom as bait. We just use silver coins, which is awesome. But we're moving on to Canna. I hope that explanation directly from the game was enough to answer your question, Darnus, about how the fishing skill affects your fishing. I can cast further. I have a better time between when the bobber drops or the fish grabs the line and my reaction. I don't have to be on it. I think if you have 2 or 3 fishing or 20 fishing or 70 fishing, you need to really be on it. I'm in the low 90s or mid 90s now. So I have a lot more kind of grace, a better grace period where I have to react to the fish dragging the line. So let's try, this will be our final bait at this hook size and this weak line and this location. I think we're going to move to another location even. And try our next line size and our next hook size. And we're going to run through all the baits again. Oh, we got one already. So look at this rod bend. Look at this rod bend. This is somewhere between Gutta and Urbius. So what are we going to get here? I'm really interested in this. The rod bends differently for just about everything you're going to catch. As you get more experienced with your catches, you're going to just know immediately kind of what you've got at what level. Like, I know if my rod is in the ocean, you know, I know it's either a turtle or a sand ray at that point. That's you know what, I'm not that familiar with this kind of mid-range bend, but you guys may have noticed earlier, Urbius, I'm just going to stop talking. But you will get to know what you're going to catch. You'll get an idea of what you're going to catch. Another cool thing, we're going to keep some Urbius back, but we're going to put a bunch of this dog here. Red. So this is all just going in Master Shredder's backpack. Matter of fact, we should probably feed this guy. He's at 300 hunger. Why I brought so much guard fur. Guard fur is my primary bait for catching turtles. Twigs do absolutely nothing. I have probably 2,000 twigs in the Meduli bank, and I'm not sure what to use. So our next hook size, we have hook size 0.2, and we have line medium. We're going to move up to those. Or sorry, we're going to move up to hook size 1 and medium line and get off the basic line. Shift, right click, hook size 1, drag your hook on, or right click it, and it'll just install itself. Medium line, shift right click, split it to 1, right click that line, medium line goes on. Bait. And we're just going to start right at the top of the bait tree again, but we're going to move to another area, and we're going to get our depth, and I'm going to go over getting depth again. That way, like I was talking about earlier, if people are clicking through the stream, they're going to be able to, they're going to be, you know, they're going to get this kind of refresher each time, or in case they miss it in the beginning, they might find it here. Do you also need lures to fish? I haven't found, you know what, let's just look at it. This game, one of the things I love about this game, descriptions of the skills tell you, I'm not going to say everything, but most of what you need to know. Go to ology, let's go to Piscus. Pisces, and going to see what this gives us. So, knowledge of the biological characteristics, physiology, and behavior of the creature group Pisces. Piscus. This group contains the fishes, the fishies. For instance, tunicates, lampreys, sharks, and ray-finned fish. A higher skill increases butchery yield, carcass cooking quality, damage, and lowers pet point costs for creatures in this group. So, to answer your question, no. no. It does help with butchery, though. A higher skill increases butchery yield, carcass cooking quality, damage, defense, and lowers pet point costs. So most of your lures are going to be the exact same, right? They're going to affect those things only. So if I'm making, say, if I have a scale lore and I'm making certain armor out of a scale, if I have better lore in that particular scale, better armor, or better weapons with it. But it does not help. It does not help odds. I don't believe. I haven't tested it, and I don't know that anybody else has. I haven't found any information to that effect. As to whether or not fishing lures affect your ability to catch fish or attract them. I don't think so. So a lot of people fish these huts over here, and what they'll do is they'll fish through the grate. You know what? Let's go do that, because we've moved up to a bigger line and a bigger hook. We're going to take a dog boat across. Could take a minute. Dog boat, animal boat. If you can't swim and you want to cross a large body of water, ride a horse there, ride anything there. And you'll have a 100% chance. Oh, wait. He's swimming too fast. He was losing stamina. I don't notice a difference between double tapping the dog to like sprint in the water versus whatever he's doing right now. But careful that he doesn't lose stamina. I don't know if pets can drown. I was super tempted at the beginning of the stream to just ride my horse right off that waterfall and hope for the best. Bring back the days where we could shield bump people. So hard to find stuff in the jungle with all the large trees and foliage. If you say that word foliage, I don't like all the large trees and foliage. Yeah, it's not only hard to find stuff, it's hard to find enemies, it's hard to see bad guys. Specifically, it's difficult to find mushrooms. Those really, I think they're called glimmer cap mushrooms, and they're used in making mana potions. You know, my wife plays this game, and I spent, I want to say, 2.5, 3 hours jungle once, just collecting. We were having a blast. I mean, chit-chatting, hanging out, and kind of resting, AFK, half AFK, just collecting mushrooms, and we were 98% of the way back to Meduli. We had thousands, and just got murdered. I'm never collecting mushrooms again. There's better ways to get them. Buy them. And the dog, do you think the dog can get up the stairs? No, absolutely not. I'm not getting off. I'm not getting off. We're going to figure out a better way to do this. I have no faith that I can swim without dying in armor. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We made it to the, I don't know what we'll call them. We'll call them huts for now. Ocean huts. They kind of remind me of whenever you see people on vacation in like Bali. You know, they're on all those ocean villas on stilts. We're gonna head in here, and I'm gonna show you what we can do. I'm gonna show you a way to cheese the depth system here. Which you can do if you're not, or not. I don't think it's an exploit. If it is, we'll find out, because I won't be streaming Mortal Online anymore. It's maybe just an oversight in coding or something. But I think this water is extremely deep. It looks a lot of people just fish right here. You chill in these rooms. It's guard protected. You're pretty safe, and you can just cast freely. We're gonna start here. What did we have out? We had our hook size one, we had our line medium, and we're cycling back through our baits here. We're gonna start with coal. We were at 1270. Let's see what let's do depth finding. So this is what I was talking about. A good policy when you get to a fishing spot is to bracket your depth finding. So I'm just going to start bold here. Let's go 1500. And we're going to do just a gentle cast, not a hard one. Whoop, plunk it in. Hit the bottom. Cool. Let's try a hard cast. Let it go white. Bing, just like we're doing a special attack. That made it. Interesting, right? Interesting. Now, is that because it was right here and not here? Let's try. Let's just make sure. Because I don't think, you know, we tried 1500, we tried 1270, and it didn't work. Let's try 1500 here. Bottom. So that looks like it's right below us. So this is almost the exploit. I'm willing to bet, not the exploit, but with the oversight. I'm willing to bet we can hit 3000 right here, maybe. Let's give it some jam. Walk up to this and aim at your left toe. Boop. Can make it work. 3000 might be too deep. Might be too deep even for. Let's try 2000. 2 meter. So If you hit X accidentally and you put it away, it's fine. All of your stuff goes back to its pile. Just right click it all. Dead. Go back to it. Try 2,000 centimeters. Oh! The bottom. Try 2,000 centimeters again. Kind of like we had it, which was right here, and it bottom. That's fine. That's fine. This is good. This is how we bracket the depth of an area, right? So 2,000. Now let's go to 1,500. 1,500 gonna work right here. Oh, 1,500 is not gonna work right here. Thing. Go down to 1,200. Now, if you know anybody in the army, if you've ever been in the army, or you know an artillery dude, so 1,200, we're not gonna cast this. We're not gonna fish this. So we went 1,500. We know that's too shallow, or like we know that's too deep. We can't hit that. We went 1,200. It worked just fine. So, you know, if you didn't gather my meaning when I say the word bracket, so now we're gonna go back up to 1,400. Okay, so now we're at 1,400. Again, sorry. Talking about bracketing should be pretty self-explanatory, right? We went to 2,000, too deep. We went to 1,200 or 1,500, too deep. We went to 1,200, it worked. Now we're going to go to 1,400 and see if it works. The reason we're doing this is we're trying to find bottom. Because once you find bottom, you can work your way up in different groups of fish. So here we're going to go 1,400. 1,400 works. We know that 1,500 doesn't. 1,200 does. 1,400 does now. Now we're going to get tighter. We're going to get tighter. 1,450. Why are we going to get tighter? Because you catch turtles, trinkets, sandray, as far as I know, within 10 centimeters of bottom. $14.50 works. Go up. Let's go to $14.80. Now we're bracketing back towards 1,500. $14.80 works, which is insane. Try 1,500 again just to be sure. And this here, if this works, this here is why people tell you to always aim at the exact same spot to find consistency. Yeah, see, so 50. We're just gonna let it ride, but I hope the lesson applies. I hope the information resonates. Like, you can bracket your level, and yeah, it's important that you aim at something. That's why I don't love these buildings. I love hanging out near Meduli. I've got a couple islands that I've named, and I stand on a certain spot and aim at the tip of the islands. I've got Trinket Island. I've got Island, and maybe I'll do another fishing stream if this one, if anybody catches this, and it's a fishing stream where I kind of talk through the various, strategies I've utilized in fishing to catch turtles, to catch sandray. Sandray give a unique type of scale used to make, as far as I've found, animal bags, but also maybe clothing. I'm not sure. I haven't tried making clothes. This guy can't make clothes. I have a guy that makes. When I say clothes, I mean like rugged garments or, Tindramine garments. You can get armor that's really not armor. It's just very fashionable. Got something here. Coal. I'm very impressed with coal as a bait so far today. Maybe asking yourself, what are we going to do if we're not getting any nibbles? What's the ritual in a tiny hut like this? I'll tell you. We'll see. You'll see. Got a lot of play on this coal, though. A lot of play on this coal. If you're hanging out right now, or you're catching this stream later, and you're on the fence about playing Mortal Online 2, or you've played it before and you left. I played it before and I stopped playing as well. I recently came back. You know, I don't think I've played Mortal Online 2, wow, for like 4 or 5 months. Maybe 6 months. Maybe a year. It's been a year. It's absolutely been a year. I haven't played Mortal Online 2 since I moved into my new house, so it's absolutely been a year. And in that time, this game has gotten exponentially better. They have ironed out a lot of the problems, and if you're reading any negative reviews or you're reading Reddit posts that say blah blah blah, dead game, yada yada yada, these are old, salty, angry players that have been playing Mortal Online 1, now Mortal Online 2. They've been into this game for 15 years, and you know, I just think they need a break. It's a great game. It's a unique game. It's the only game of its kind on the market. And while I dislike the subscription, just like everybody else, because you pay for the game up front as well, I said this earlier, but I grew up in an era of subscription games. If you wanted to play anything online, we're paying a subscription, right? Maybe except for Rainbow Six, because you were on GameSpy, and I'm not sure if that was legal or not. Right around the same time as LimeWire and Napster. But I implore you to, especially if you're on the fence because of the implore you to try the game. Try a month. Just get the game. The game comes with a free month of subscription. So I mean, realistically, you're only paying. I think it's. I'm Canadian, so our monopoly money doesn't go very far compared to every other currency on Earth, and so I'm paying probably more to me than most people are. But I think it's worth every penny. And when you buy the game in Canada, at least, I think it's like $40, or it's even 25% off right now. And you get a full month subscription. So I think you're getting the game for like 11 or 12 Canadian dollars. So 11 or 12 Monopoly dollars. And you get a free month with that. And I think if you don't want to continue your subscription after playing this game a couple times over the course of a month, then it's not for you. But I'm willing to bet if you're into MMOs, you're into PvP, open world games, you're into free exploration, then I bet you you're going to like it, and I bet you're going to play and pay that subscription. This is why I keep hearing this line drop. We're going to have to engage. We're going to have to engage the ritual. Let's look around the room. Let's look around the room. There we go. Okay. All right. Bear with me. This is almost 100% guaranteed. We're getting a lot of action here on this line. Look at this. I've just been listening to it. Drop, 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 drop. Keep getting pulled. Keep getting pulled. 1,500 coal. What else are we running here? Medium line, hook size 1. What could we be? What could be in this line? Let's figure it out. Let's go. Twice left around this pile. Twice right around this pile. 2 tugs. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Wait. 100% of the time it works. Only step 1, though. Step 1. I'm turning off the stream if this doesn't. Come on. It's yelled in game. Sorry. We may have to pull the coal. It may not have worked. Last attempt. Twice around the dog. Twice around the dog that way. Look at the sky. 2 tugs. Twice left. Twice right. Oh! Frequency between drops. Remember, like I've said, I feel like I'm a broken record. Between 30 seconds and 12. I said 12 minutes earlier. I was being generous. 15 minutes. We're not going to leave this hook in here for 15 minutes with a piece of coal on it, but we're still getting some action. Oh, there it is again. We're gonna have to spin. Twice. Oh, we got something! See? See? It's a twig. It's a twig. 100% it's a twig. Brown clam! Brown clam! That's going in the compendium. Okay. Woof. Woof. Pound. Oxeye. Sorry guys, we just gotta put this info in. I'm building out a Google Doc, and I want to share this publicly at some point. It's gonna take a bit of time. Now, why am I so excited about brown clam? I'm gonna tell you. It is a daily task more often than you think. Depth 1500. Toxeye. We're gonna say Toxeye huts. If you guys can hear that kind of jet engine noise, that is a meteor falling. That meteor falling is an artifact weapon. Okay, so bait, hole, depth 1500, Toxeye huts, line, medium. Size, 1 hook. Time, 15 minutes. I'm being exaggerated here, but is that a word? 15 minutes. Lots of ritual. Lots of ritual. The spins. It took a lot of spins. I can't believe we had to resort to the actual physical spinning. Twice left, twice right. Even resisted the here fishy, which is just madness. Okay, brown clam. We got brown clam. Now let's look at what we got here. Brown clam, massive mana nourishment. We're going to see what we can do with everything we catch here, by the way. And we're going to throw this right into the bait pool. Everything we're getting here also goes into the bait pool, right? If you've never tried fishing in Mortal Online 2, gotta get into it. We're adding clam to the bait pool. Luzganic, and I was looking on other tabs for the source of this plain sound. I should have, you know what? If I wasn't so involved in writing down the Google Doc, because I really want to track all the baits, the depths. Catch this, because I haven't found a good fishing guide at all for Mortal Online 2. So you know what? Can't find it, just make it, right? And we're gonna do that. Whether or not it's all on stream, we'll see. We'll see how many people are even interested in a fishing stream. I mean, come on, let's be real. I think this is more exciting probably than it is. But all right, our next up on the 1500 centimeters, hook size 1, line medium. I think we're coming into the Trudis. We started with the coal. We're going to the Trudis. I should have run outside. Sorry. Check out the meteor and actually show everybody that, like, it's pretty crazy. Meteorites fall from the sky periodically. People fight over them. It's awesome. It's awesome because they drop the, kind of divinity weapons, I guess, or relic weapons. I've never seen one. I've seen a couple videos of people just dominating with them. But you can't log off with them. You either need a reliquary, which large guilds have, or you need that to store it when you're offline, or when you go offline, it drops to the ground, as far as I understand it. Luz, fishies have only use for cooking. Oh. But we can catch snapping turtles that can give us something's eating the Trudis here. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. But we got a lot of pulls on that last one with the coal, right? And nothing substantial for a long time. So fish can be used. You can catch snapping turtles. These are shells to make decent armor. Not the best armor, it's good armor. You can use all the constituent parts of most fish for cooking, for a variety of you know, foods, buff foods, stuff like that. But a lot of various types of fish and creature here give, you know, carapace or scales, which are pretty beneficial. Another thing that happens from fishing is you can pull it. Like I was saying earlier, snapping turtles give good armor, but they're also an awesome pet. Most snapping turtles come up at level 50. I think all of them, actually. Now, with a level 50 snapping turtle, you're going to have to give it some training, but a max level snapping turtle, if you're a mage that can heal and a tamer, like my character is, you can take a snapping turtle and go solo a troll. You want to kill a troll? Bring a snapping turtle. You want to collect some troll carcass and stuff like that? Bring a snapping turtle. The snapping turtle will just sit there and tank a whole troll. Fishing has a lot of use. Now, you can find snapping turtles on the shore in the jungle, but then you have to tame it. It's only level 15. And then you have to get its slow, turtly ass out of the jungle and hope you don't get PK'd or killed by a satyr or an animal doesn't kill your animal. I think that fishing is probably the best method of getting a mid-level turtle to start training it, which hopefully we get to see here at some point. Or maybe on my next fishing stream, I'm not sure. Fish have a ton of uses, though. Cooking, and I believe that some of their pieces can be used in alchemy, depending on the fish. You know, sand ray gives scales. It's like a stingray. Sand ray gives scales. It can be used to make pet bags, and I think it can be used to make clothing. Or I couldn't make it work for pet armor, which my character can also make. So, but I did make it work for pet bags. I don't know if there's value in that necessarily. Maybe it's got high durability. Maybe it's got a really cool... It does have a really cool look, but it doesn't have very high durability. Okay, so we had a bunch of... Oh, we had a bunch of pulls here on the Trudus early, so we're moving right into making it work. We're going to look at the center post here. We're going to go twice right. We're going to go twice left. We're going to go 2 tugs. Oh, we got one. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. I can't believe I missed it. Oh, do we try again? Do we wait an hour and a half with... No. You know what? The Trudus? I'm sorry, Trudus. I didn't do you any justice, but moving on to the Irby. And obviously I was talking to when I... Urbius, you know what? Urbius always gives a pretty fast return. I'm gonna jinx it. See what I mean though? As soon as we began the ritual, we got our bite. It's that simple. It's that simple. Oh, we got some. Oh, it's big. It's big. Whatever it is. Gutta? We think it's gutta? What are our bets? If you're hanging out and you know this game, let's try and guess the fish. Medium line, size 1 hook, Urbius, 1500 centimeters, Toxai. If I was just speaking a foreign language to you, you need to buy this game. Come on, don't break it. Look at the bend in the rod. I don't want to say that Canna can do this, and I hope it's not a Canna. If it's a Canna, I'm gonna be pissed. Or more Urbius. Oh! Gutta! Okay, honestly, Gutta drags... Oxeye, butts, depth, full, medium. What else are we adding here? Oh, gotta adding to that. Now, we're assuming we're near bottom at 1500. I can double check this, but when, you know, like I was going over kind of earlier with the bracketing. Herbius is done. Moving on to compact horn, line medium, hook size 1. Spin your gutta at least 10 times. It gives your next cast a pretty good chance of success. On compact horn. Don't let me down. Oh! Instant return. Come on. Got here. What do we got here? Oh. Break it. Don't break the line. Yeah, we got drop. Got everything. There's something happening under here. Oh. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't break the line. We're using meat. We're using such weak line right now. I'm a strong line guy. Like, you know, it's a pretty good hedge against not being great at timing your fishing. I haven't noticed. Try and fight me. Tucker yourself out. Compact horn. Instant water scorpion. I've never caught a water scorpion before. I've fished a lot. Okay. Woo. Town. Toxi huts. Town. Toxi hut. Depth 50. Act. Line medium size 1. Time instantaneous 10 seconds. 0 ritual required. There. Well, no. Hold on. Okay. And caught. What is that even called? Water scorpion. Okay. First of all, let's talk about how terrifying. Just out for a casual swim near my Bali stilt hut and a water scorpion. Now I have a real life story. Okay. I live in the land of lakes. Okay, I live in Ontario. Honestly, if I drive an hour in any direction, I live within an hour of 1,000 lakes. So I was swimming. We use this as bait. We're going to use this as bait. This gets added to the bait pool. This is so exciting. I've never caught a water scorpion. Mana nourishment 57 poison. Like if we eat this, we're just poisoned. Maybe we can make alchemist solid poisons with this. I don't know what the potential is here for water scorpion, but I'm very excited. Okay, Guardford. Moving on to Guardford. Now, back to our story. Land of lakes. I live in the land of lakes in Ontario. And I was out swimming. You know, my dear old mom, quite old, in her 70s. And we like to do some pretty long distance swims. Okay. Oh. Cast. We want to do a strong cast. You know, we like to do some pretty long swims. We'll say 500 meters, kilometer. And then, you know, we'll swim out and we'll just find a nice spot in the lake and we'll just tread water and chit chat. And there's tons of fish, tons of creatures. Now I'm swimming towards a lake. This is years ago. I was much younger. We're swimming towards this kind of rocky, call it an outcropping, but more like a little rock island kind of in the middle. Maybe even a rock mesa. If the lake had been dried up, it was almost a pillar of stone. And so I'm swimming towards this lake. This lake is pockmarked. Divots, you know, kind of good divots. Your can. However, some of them were deeper than others. Swimming up to this rock. Oh, we're swimming up to this rock. And I see this kind of in the water. I don't know how else to describe that sound, okay? And or that motion. Something's breaking the water. So, whoa. Focus. Get back to the story in a sec. Something is dragging on the line here. We've got guard fur, we've got a medium line, we've got a size 1 hook. We're at 1,500 centimeters. We're almost at bottom. Tire yourself, exhaust yourself. And so I'm swimming. See this thing. I see this kind of trail, this little wake in the water. My shorts are loose. I'm young. I'm swimming, though. I'm a pretty handy swimmer, obviously. We're swimming almost a kilometer. And then we're just going to chit-chat and tread water, you know? Mum's a tank. And I see this green, this bright green sort of pool noodle swimming towards me. I immediately identify this as a water snake. Now, the water snake doesn't adjust course. I try to, but I'm just a person. You know, we're not aquatic creatures. No matter how good, unless you're Michael Phelps. Doesn't this snake glide, greasy and slimy, right along my chest, down my tum-tum, and my shorts are loose that I mentioned. And I'm picking up speed now because I'm terrified. And it swims directly down my trunks, okay, right at my hip, and out the left leg of my trunks, down my thigh. I feel every second of that grossness. And I don't know if you know this is possible, but a human being, if they gutta, that's not a lot of gutta. 31, that was weak. Getting rid of the guard fur. We're not getting rid of it out of the rotation. We're just moving on. Moving on to crepit. Repeat. So there I am. And I don't know if you knew it was possible, but by propelling myself, slapping the water, both hands, both legs, like a flying squirrel maybe, I launched myself off the surface. We're talking like two feet. Just screaming, launched myself off the surface of the water and jumped directly on to my mother's back. That's a true story. Water scorpion. I can't even imagine a water scorpion. Gonna have to check the dog here. Like he might. Okay, well, we're using crepit now. Crepit is not a popular bait. I haven't seen it used in any guides. I haven't seen it used in... if you're unaware and you're new to the game or you're a returning player and you didn't know, on Discord, you can actually join the Mortal Online 2 Compendium, which is kind of a... Well, it's a compendium of information that other players have, you know, donated. It's essentially a great resource if you need to know about mining, alchemy, crafting, etc. Lores, material lores. It's a Discord channel. Highly recommend getting on there. Help kind of figuring out the game. I haven't seen crepit talked about as a bait. Now, some of the things that I've caught with crepit include sand rays and trinkets. Sand rays and trinkets. Sand rays, I mean, if you just stack sand rays and want to sell them to a vendor and not even put them on the broker, you're going to get a bunch of gold for sand. If you want to catch trinkets, I've heard a lot of stuff is used for trinkets. Leptoid scales. I've used them myself to catch trinkets. Crepit has been my most consistent trinket catch the whole game. Like, find your bottom depth, find your twigs, find your gutta, find your turtles, whatever it is. Throw some crepit on your line and just wait. Just wait. So we got a bit of play here at the beginning with the crepit, and now we're not seeing it, right? Now we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna start taking it seriously. We're gonna go once, twice around this to the left. Oh! Twice around this to the right. See, they can feel it already. 2 tugs. Twice left, twice right. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Oh, there it is. Works every time. 60% of the time, it works every time. Ours, just don't break the line. Don't break the line. Are we gonna pull up with the Crepit at 1500 in the Toxai hut? Oh, I kind of want more of this water scorpion. I want to take it to the butcher table. I want to use it as bait. I want to see what it can. Let's see what it can do. I want to check the broker, see what we're gonna get. It's only bending the line in half. If this is Herbius, I'm gonna set this water hut on fire. Only bending the rod down to kind of halfway. Growl. I mean, don't get me wrong. That is a huge Herbius catch. But still, get the heck out of here. Okay, so Crepit is out. Again, I'm not taking time out of the stream to go and record Herbius catches, Trudus catches, stuff like that. I don't mind recording Gutta. Gutta is a pretty valuable resource. Giant Gutta, better resource, obviously. And you can get some pretty decent materials out of that. Check the dog's hunger, 109. He should eat. Master Shredder likes pig carcass. You know what else he likes? Turtle carcass. What's our next bait in line? Is it, do we go from Crepit to Malarium, or do we go from Crepit to Brown Nurok? Brown Nurok really let us down. We're going to try Brown Nurok. Brown Nurok is a tiny turtle. Or tiny frog. It's a tiny frog. Okay, we're going to shake the Herbius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. 2 of these. Okay. Going in. With the Brown Nurok. 1500. Kidding. Just kidding. Hit the bottom. Just kidding. We hit the bottom again. The tide's gone out. There we go. So quiet. Nothing. Make some noise. Better. In-game music. Okay, also no. Listen, Brown Nurok sucks. It's just not a good bait. Thank you. I don't know why. Okay, we're even trying this again. Last time it was a big upset. Big upset. I'm on standby. We're ready. Come on. We're going to have to hit the rituals sooner rather than later, I think. Not even getting any joy, right? But again, 30 seconds to 12 minutes. That's kind of my range, because, you know, I've caught some pretty decent trinkets at the 10-minute mark, and I was ready to give up. And I understand that, right? Anybody would be. You're staring at a screen for 10 minutes. You're fishing. This is a PvP game. It's a player versus Pisces game, okay? Player versus Piscus, and we're gonna win. We're gonna win. Brown Nurok, though, as a bait so far, just Ass. It's terrible. All right, we're trying the ritual. We're getting into it. We're getting into it early. Getting into it maybe a bit early. I think it's only been 2 to 3 minutes, but you know what? I want to have faith in the brown Nurok. Maybe it's better at a shallower depth, and we're going to try that, but twice left around this pile, twice right around this pile. Tugs. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. That's it. We're taking brown Nurok out of it. No, we're not. We're not, but it's nothing. It's worthless. Maybe it's just worthless at these bigger depths. Okay? We're not writing it off. We're not writing it off. Let's go with Malarium. Now, Malarium generally has instantaneous feedback when it comes to fishing. Hit the bottom. That's pretty instantaneous. The bait's too heavy. The bait's too heavy. Oh, okay. I think we were here, maybe. Got it. Some in-game music would be wonderful. Oh. Eyes on the prize. Eyes on the prize. Focus. Listen. Oh. Oh no, don't break it. Don't break it. Don't break it. This whatever this is crazy. It loves the Malarium. Oh. Okay, Malarium's out. We don't need any more Kenna. Our next bait, silver coin. Silver coin. Okay, 1,500, 1.5 meters. We have a hook size one, a line medium, and we're going back. Toxai huts. We're definitely circling back to that sea scorpion, that water scorpion. I have not seen that before. I don't know what it's used for, and I'm pretty excited to find out. We're gonna strip it down. We're gonna butcher it. We're gonna see what we get out of it. It could be the discovery of the century when it comes to. Oh, we got something. We got something. No. Relax. Tire yourself out. Shh. Okay, it's okay. Take my silver coin. And relax. This half bend seems to be almost indicative of Herbius at this depth for some reason. You know, this half bend in the rod. Anna Okay. Okay. Brown clam. Brand new in the bait cycle. And this is one of the cool things about fishing is that as you catch new stuff, you add them your bait rotation. Brown clam it is. We're going in. Maybe something. Oh, right away, right away. I don't know why I get so amped, okay, for fishing in Mortal Online 2. I can definitely see how people may not find this as exciting as I do. But let me tell you, give it a chance. Give it a chance if you haven't. Oh. PvP. Player versus Pisces. And this is how I recommend you fish. God's ventriosis? You, my sweet, thinned prince. What are you? Poison. Man, look at that. Man, what is a ventriosis? Added to the bait pool. Next up in the bait pool, water scorpion. See, look at this. Oh, hold on. Look at this. Mana nourishment 57. Cool, right? Poison length 4 seconds. Poison over time 0.020. Food poisoning 0.800. This bad mamma jamma. Poison length 4. Same poison length. Direct poison less. Food poisoning same. Poison over time way higher. Mana nourishment insane. 84 mana nourishment. That's almost as good as some of the like drinks I've made for mana nourishment. And that's just in a fish. Now we're gonna take an opportunity, right, kind of as we wrap up our fishing adventure here, to butcher a lot of these fish. But like, this is crazy. I don't know that I've ever caught a ventriosis. We're not using it just yet, my friend. We are on to the water scorpion. We're just using one. I don't want to get too crazy. In we go. Let's see what the water scorpion brings out. Oh, we already got a hit. Oh, so if you haven't tried fishing, try fishing. If you've watched fishing guides online, awesome. But in my opinion, the most bang for your buck in fishing. Oh, whatever it is, it's a fighter. It's a fighter. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Crazy. Just hold. Just hold. Tire yourself out. Shh. 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 Relax. Relax. Just relax. Gotta be careful here. We've got a weak line. Just kind of let it exhaust itself a little. 3, 4 pulls. Now we gotta listen for that rubber banding. We really gotta listen for that rubber banding. Turn up the volume here on that. Oh. It's getting kind of intense. What? We caught water scorpion with water. Look at how happy that guy looks. Like he's got 2 little buck teeth. Look at this guy. Oh, that's... You'll have no idea what this guy's used for, but I've never caught water scorpion before, so this is awesome. We're gonna... Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. Hold on, let's see if we can flip him back. Get that guy. Imagine that thing swam down your trunks. No, sir. It's got like 32 eyes of anger. Looks like one of the giant bugs from Warriors of the Wind. Okay, okay. Next piece of bait, ventriosis. Ventriosis. Big time mana nourishment. Get in there. Silence. Oh, something right away. I also need to remind myself to add to my Google Doc right after this that water scorpion catches water scorpion big time. So maybe if you don't get as excited about fishing, ventriosis catches ventriosis. Starting to see a theme here. All right, we're just gonna add, take a sec. We're at hot, water scorpion, bait, compact horn, and water scorpion. Because we've already added that. What did we shoot? What did I catch the ventriosis with? Was it the brown clam? Oh, this is tough. I think it was a brown clam. I'm gonna have to rewatch this later, this little portion here, but hot. Pretty sure it was a brown clam. Okay, and ventriosis caught us ventriosis, but now that we're at the end of our bait cycle, it's time to upgrade now. I think we only have medium line. Line is not the most important consideration. Remember, you can pull turtles on medium line, and you can pull turtles on hook size 5. I've heard that in videos. I've never caught one on hook size 5. I've only ever caught turtles on hook size 50 or hook size 100. That being said, I've seen videos where people say you can catch turtles on hook size 5. So we're moving up to hook size 5, and we're gonna stick with medium line because we don't have any heavy line. But maybe in my next stream for fishing, I think what I plan to do is go up to the bigger hook sizes. We're going to go up to hook size 50. We're going to go up to hook size 100. We're going to hit those bigger depths. And we're still going to run this. This is a great, so far, this is a great bait rotation. It's a master bait rotation. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of positives to cycling your bait. So we're going to slap our medium line back on. 12, yeah. At 0, yeah, good. Buttons. And we're going to find a new spot. Come on, Master Shredder. He's our protection against turtles, by the way. Horseboat. Hello? 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 Excuse me, sir? Just in case he's gonna try and bomb or something from the ocean. Where's my dog? Dog? Game can be pretty random at times with players. Let's get on this gigantic decommissioned land sea mine. What do you call sea mines? Depth charges. Get on this gigantic decommissioned depth charge. BK just in time for the masturbating stream. My, you really should have made that a comment. You made it though. Made it. Okay, so we've done 1500. Now we're gonna throw on our hook size, our line, and we're gonna start back at the top, which is coal. We've had a lot of good luck with coal. And we're going to start at 1500, but again, if it goes immediately in, we're going to start bracketing. We're going to try to find the bottom. So, reiteration, repetition, but clicking through the stream, you're new to the stream, you're new to the game, or you catch this later, and you just got to this point. We have finally moved up to a medium line, a hook size 5, and coal. So we had medium line last time, but we had a smaller hook. We only used a hook size 1. We tried at this depth, which is 1.5 meters, 1,500 centimeters. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move up to our larger hook size, and we're going to bracket our depth. So how do we bracket depth? Just to go over this one more time, we're going to go way deep with our cast. 2,000. We're going to go 2 meters. We're going to go 2 meters, and we're going to see what we can hit. See what we can hit. Hit the bottom. That's what we can hit. We can hit the bottom. We're going to try 2 meters, and we're going to try to cast it right through this log. Nothing. We're going to try right in front of the log. Try over here, maybe. So, one thing I will say is it's really good to find something to aim at. This is darker water. This is lighter water, so we know this is maybe a bit shallow. Try somewhere else. Let's get off this pontoon. Okay. Okay. And oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die. So don't worry about this. Let's not pay attention to this. I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Okay. Everything's fine. We're gonna come back to life and we're gonna get back to fishing. And we're gonna get our stuff back. Don't you worry. I have too much armor on to swim up. No. No. Not gonna happen. Get it back, though. Come here, dog. Follow me. So where are we dead here? Right around the boat. Oh. This is why they, recommend fishing naked. Return to the priest closest to you. Make sure you don't click home if you're in a city way away from where you're at. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So, lessons learned. Should fish naked. I had a feeling it was gonna happen at some point. What happened? I was eaten by a shark. If you missed it, it's fine. Just scroll back a bit. Didn't happen to anybody. Ill-advised hobby for somebody who can't swim. My friend BK, apparently you've never been to the maritime provinces in Canada. If you can find me an islander who can swim, looks like we died. Were we over here or over there? Oh boy, we were definitely over here. Looks like died near this boat. Don't worry, we'll get back there. My swimming is set to up. No, not a shark. I'm kidding. I got in a fight with H2O, and it H2 messed me up. I'm probably gonna die to this cliff if I'm not careful. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna die to this cliff. This is another one of those great aspects of a game like this. You know, this is why you pay a monthly subscription for Mortal Online 2, because there's such a myriad so many myriad ways you can die. I don't know if I can make this hop. We're gonna try. If I die again, bear with me. Oh, that was big. That was big. We're just gonna have a little sit for a sec. Why swim? You can just have a relaxing sink. Exactly. Swimming in this game is one of my least favorite mechanics. Although if you have the swimming skill and you have, there's a lot of honest to goodness. When I first started playing this game, I played primarily a foot warrior and an archer, and I went into all those crazy, almost unnecessary mobility skills, like taking better damage falling, or less damage falling, taking, being able to swim more effectively, things like that. I don't know if we're gonna survive this. We're gonna try. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. And so yeah, some of the mechanics in this game can be pretty confusing. This is not that bad, though, and I'll show you why in a sec here. It can happen to anybody. The worst effect of dying, if you're into this game a little bit more, not right when you're new, but if you're in this game a little bit more, the worst effect of dying is losing charges on your trinkets. Trinkets being your rings and your necklace, because they're not cheap. If you have decent trinkets, I don't have decent trinkets, thank goodness. It's only going to cost me 30 gold to recharge my trinkets. They're at 1 charge right now, so I usually charge them to 3 charges. I don't know if that's the max necessarily, but I usually charge mine to 3 charges. And it's 30 gold, 30-ish gold. I thought I just saw my dog right there. Anybody remember which one of these pods I was at? It's the real question. I think I was at this one up here. And this is the boat, maybe? Or was that the boat? I could. If we can find my dog, that would be swell. It's gonna run at me from the direction where I was. Hello, gentlemen. That one? There's no way I went to that one. Is that the boat? Where's my dog? Hello? Puppy. Okay. Go find where we drowned to death. Oh, maybe right here. Oh, let's take a little peek. Further out. To say, really. Dog. Nothing on us. Let's go for dip. How easy it is. Swim upwards and not worry about a thing. Do you remember which pontoon? I feel like it's that boat right there, but I don't see a giant red bag underneath it. One of the things I like about this game is that you can, your body, if you're having trouble finding it, is usually glowing red. I want to say it was this boat, but that doesn't feel right. I feel like it was kind of like a random, in the middle of the ocean boat. We're not too worried. All we're going to lose here is fishing bait, although we might lose those water scorpions, and that is not something I'm willing to lose. I'm not willing to part with my water scorpions. I swam over from this island on the dog, and we found some stairs, so it could be over there, right? I should pay more attention. Now, one of the interesting things, now I don't know if it works all the time, but if you lose your body or can't find your bag, I have had some success paging a GM, right? You page a GM and you can ask them which direction. You can ask them which direction your body is in. DK, I find it easier to swim when I use my arms instead of holding up my fist. Clearly, you've never swam in Mortal Online 2. Okay, we're going on walkabout. Everybody keep your eyes peeled for a glowing red bag. We've got pretty big draw distance, so we should be able to see this bad boy. You know what? This water is crystal clear. We're gonna get on the dog and dog boat around. So we see it through the water. Here's the thing with swimming in this game. I've never found any meaningful valuables underwater. I spent an inordinate amount of time swimming all over the country, we'll call it, in this game, and I never found anything extremely valuable. Was I out here? Was I over there? I think I was over there, maybe? I don't really know. I don't remember swimming under a dock when I died. You know what? Maybe I was. We'll check. On one of these sweet pontoons. I hopped off. Should have just ridden the dog. I knew I should have. I had a terrible feeling that I was gonna drown. I had a terrible feeling that I was gonna fall off. I really want to find that water scorpion, though. I really want to find that bag. So. So, well, we fell off maybe one of these floaties. We're going hard. We're going hard south. I definitely should have. So, here's a good lesson. If you're fishing, even though you're basically safe, when you're trying to traverse certain things and not put your fishing rod away because you're a doofus, you can die. But to keep your eyes peeled. Red bag. No way it's near that boat. We fell off and we swam left around a pontoon. My hope is that it was this pontoon and there's a boat that I just can't see. I have a good feeling about that. The boat on the other side of this pagoda. Look at how deep. Dang. We're never getting our stuff back. Oh, the dog's getting sleepy. Slow down. Lee wants to be the coolest person ever. Yeah, well, see, Darnus, I can watch back, but my body has a limited time prior to expiry. Did I go this way? Did I swim for dear life beneath a dock? Look up, see the bottom of a boat and hope? Hard to say. Hard to say. That one? That doesn't make sense, does it? I really feel like it's that one right there. But then my body should be under that boat somewhere, but I didn't see it under that boat. Try this. Let's get a little crazy. Contact GM. Other. I cannot find my body underwater. Please. A direction would be helpful. You never know. You never know. We're gonna go over here and check. I feel like it's back there, but you never know. Definitely could have fallen off you. Definitely could have fallen off you. Swing for dear life. Dear life, this checks out. They all do kind of look the same, though. Swims beneath something. Okay. Oh! You're a wonderful human, GM. Ah! Game is the best. This is why you should play this game. Because even the GMs are responsive. I love Mortal Online 2. I love this game. And I love that the GMs are interactive and responsive. Didn't even get a message. But we got help. I am super happy right now. That is amazing. That's amazing. Not a lot of... If there's another reason, if you're on the fence about the subscription, this is not a game where the game masters, the administrators, you know, the showrunners ignore you, okay? This is a game where they respond to your petitions if they're valid, and they help you out. Awesome. Awesome. You know what? It could have been a case, like, I feel like we did swim by the spot where my body was beneath that boat, because I kind of pegged that when we were on our way, right? I said, hey, look, we're beneath a boat. It could have been a case, and we checked that first. It could have been a case where my body actually, like, my loot bag ended up through the world, like through the bottom of the ocean floor, and I never would have found it. So, a simple help petition, and I got the help I needed. If that's not more icing on the cake as to why you should pick up Mortal Online 2, I don't know what is. I selfishly want more people to play this game, obviously. A lot of people do already. But I think a lot of new blood, a lot of new people willing to explore and try new things would be just fantastic. But guys, that death, that recovery, that awesome experience right there. We caught a lot of crazy fish. We tried a lot of different bait. And we're going to pick up right where we left off on the next Mortal Online 2 fishing stream that I do. It may not be the riveting PvP streams that sometimes you get, but it's been 2.5 hours, and I think I'm going to call it there for the evening. Explain the 736 beheaded torso in your bag. So that human carcass. So that's my body, right? I died. If you kill another human player or an Alvarin player, Alvarin elf race, or a Ogmir player, I think they're Ogmir are like dwarves. Thursars are essentially orcs. You know, you're gonna get their carcass, and you can actually take this carcass to the butcher table, skin it, and like human leather to make your bags, or Thursar leather to make your bags. 2.5 hours. So guys, I think this has been a great fishing stream. We managed to get through hook size 0.2, most of this bait, almost all this bait actually, except for the new ones that we picked up. Water scorpion, ventriosis, sorry. You know, we got up to hook size 1. We got through all this stuff. We caught most of this stuff with hook size 1. And then we were just about to tackle hook size 5 and move on to a new spot. But you know what? From hook size 5, we go up to 50, then we go up to 100. I think this is a great spot to call it. BK, can't wait to miss the next one. Can't wait to miss you at the next one, brother. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. If you're catching this stream later and you have questions or comments, please toss them in. If you know more about fishing than I do, please let me know. If you've got any insights as to some of the stuff that we caught and what it can be used for and maybe is not commonly known, that would also be great for new players who are catching the stream, or old players who have never tried fishing. And again, I'm going to close this with, if you're on the fence about playing Mortal Online 2 because it has a subscription, right now, don't quote me on this. Hold on, let's check. I think it's 25% off. It's 25% off, and you know what? That's going to get you 25% off right now is going to get you a month subscription. Let's see here. Maybe I'm maybe I'm crazy. Let's check. The Frontier Sandbox MO. Yeah, play now. 25% off. So not on Steam. Not on Steam. Get onto their website, mortalonline2.com. Okay, /shop-alternate/ and that is going to get you the base game of Mortal Online 2. There is only the base game. And 1 month of game time for $33. For context, okay? Just for context, if you're buying a subscription, let's just go into it right now. I'm going to log out. I'm going to show you guys a subscription. But if you're buying a subscription, you're getting the full game for 30, and that's 33 Canadian dollars, because it's showing me Canadian dollars, which is Monopoly money. So for most of you, that's basically probably spend less money on, you know, like coffees. Like I was saying earlier, you could probably spend $33 on coffee in like 5 or 6 days. I don't know how to get to. Anywho, if you need to buy the subscription for this game, buying the whole game and getting it for $33, you're essentially getting the game for $15 or less, and you get a month for free. If you want to pay $33 and try this game for a month and you still don't like it, I'd be shocked. Give it a try. Get on here. Try fishing. Try PvP, try whatever you want. Everything I've done in this game, I've derived enjoyment from. I wouldn't play it if I didn't like it. I look forward to seeing everybody back That is 2 days worth of beer. It's only 2 days worth of beer, gentlemen. So, and ladies, I implore you to give this game a shot. And if you've got any comments, questions, or you want to tell me that you're really interested in these fishing streams, please do that in the comments. I'm looking forward to streaming it again. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for enjoying all the excitement of fishing with me. Take care.